Hello guys, welcome back. If today is your first time on here, welcome. Please kindly click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And to my returning subscribers, welcome. Thank you for always coming back. Today's recipe is this amazing and tasty tomato and goat meat stew. You will definitely love it, so keep watching to see how I made it. First, I'll be listing out the ingredients I used for this recipe, and here I have some tomato, and this is a mixture of tomato, Scotch bonnet pepper and chili pepper. As you can see, I already blended it. And here I have some goat meat. Remember, this is goat meat stew, and some onions. I already sliced these onions. You can slice your onions however you want, but I prefer mine like this for this recipe. And I have some vegetable oil. You can use olive oil or coconut oil. And here I have some tomato paste. If you don't like using tomato paste for your stew, you can skip it. Here I have some spice. This is chicken spice, fish spice, and some thyme. I have some salt and then the vegetable. I'm using pumpkin leaf for this recipe. You can use any vegetable of your choice. And I have some scent leaf, which will add some flavor to this food. Next, in a pot, I'm going to add my goat meat seasoned with a little bit of onion, not all of them. And then I added some salt, not too much salt. You wouldn't want salt to be excess in your food. And then I added some pepper. I actually collected a little bit of this from the tomato mix, which I showed you guys earlier. It has a lot of pepper in it already, so I just wanted to take from there. I didn't want to add too much pepper to this food, so I added a seasoning cube, and here I'm adding some thyme. Now I'm going to give everything a good mix just to combine, and then I'm going to cover my pot and let it cook for at least 15 minutes. The reason why I'm doing it this way is to make the meat tasty and flavorful. Now this is after 15 minutes. As you can see, it already cooked and brought out some water on its own. Now I'm going to stir it properly, and then I'll go ahead and add a little bit of water to this, and I'll cover it again and allow it to cook until it's almost done, like until it's tender. So this is after 15 more minutes. My meat is well cooked. I'll proceed and scoop them out from the pot. Once I'm done, I'm going to set the stock aside, the water aside. So in that same pan, I'll proceed and add my vegetable oil to it and allow it to heat up, and I'll go ahead and add my goat meat. When I'm done adding all of them, I'm going to allow it to fry. I'll let it fry until it turns brown like this. You can fry yours however you want. I like my meat well dried. Once it's dried, I'm going to scoop it out again and set it aside. In that same oil, I'll be going in with my onions. I'll let this fry for about 2 to 3 minutes while stirring. And then I went ahead and added my tomato paste. Remember, I said if you don't like using tomato paste for your stew, you can skip it. I like using it, especially because of the color it gives to my stew. So I'm just going to allow this to fry for like 5 to 10 minutes. And then I went ahead and added my tomato mix. Once I'm done adding it, I'm going to give everything a good stir to combine. And then I'll cover it halfway and allow this to cook and fry until oil begins to float on it like this. While it was frying, I was stirring it continuously so it does not burn. So now I'm going to give everything a good stir, just as you're seeing, and then I went ahead and added my spice. I'm using chicken spice, fish spice, and thyme. Remember, I said it earlier. Now proceed and add everything to the pot. Once I'm done adding, I'm just going to stir everything together to combine. And if you're still watching this video, kindly give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. I love reading those comments. Thank you. So now I'm going to add 2 seasoning cubes, and then I added some salt, just a little bit of salt, and I'll give everything a good stir. This is stew. Remember to always stir continuously so your stew doesn't burn. I let this fry for 5 more minutes, and I added my goat meat, my already fried goat meat, and then I'm going to give everything a good stir. Now this is after 5 minutes. I'll proceed to adding my goat meat stock that I set aside earlier. Once I'm done adding that, I'm going to stir everything together. If you want your stew to be very light, you can add more water to it. If you want yours to be thick, then you have to measure the quantity of water you add when you're adding water. Now I'm going to cover it halfway and allow it to cook for just 5 minutes, and I added my scent leaf. I don't know if I listed this among the ingredients I'll be using earlier, but I'm using some crayfish, and for this recipe I won't be blending this crayfish. I just like adding it like this. You can blend yours if you want to. Now I'm going to stir everything together and allow it to just cook for just 5 minutes. And next I'll be adding my pumpkin leaf. Pumpkin leaf is popularly known in Nigeria as ugu leaf. So if you know it as ugu leaf, then that is it. I'm adding the ugu leaf or the pumpkin leaf to the stew. Once I'm done adding it, I'm just going to stir everything together. And at this point, I actually turned off the heat. You don't want your leaf to be overcooked. And that is it for this recipe. Did you like watching this video, and will you be trying this recipe? Let me know in the comment section. I paired this stew with rice, steamed rice. You can pair this with yam, plantain, whichever one you want, and that is it for this recipe. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.